Welcome back, everybody, to EPL. We've got another fantastic match coming your way. aTTaX versus Passion UA. Honestly, Passion UA, a side that have been on great form recently. A big win against Permitter. I was watching that one yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, it was yesterday, right? I'm not going crazy. It was yesterday. That was in RES. They obviously went a map down. They fought back hard. And yeah, they're just looking fantastic here, to be perfectly honest. Permitter, actually a team also in this tournament, dropped to Sampi in that upper bracket quarters, and are in that lower bracket round one. Their opponent yet to be determined, but could be Passion UA again if we see aTTaX pull something together here. Obviously, we're in the upper bracket quarterfinals right here and now. Just breezing through that roster over on the aTTaX side. Some strong pieces here on Passion UA. Fear, Jambo, Jacasmo, Eschilla, and Zerofix. As I say, big fan of this roster. Backed by a football player. And yeah, you know, you got two 16-year-olds absolutely smashing it. You got Fear, who's still a youngster, still has that potential to reach heights in his career, but also brings that extra experience from playing with some legendary players within the scene and Navi Jr. and things like that. Now, taking a look at the veto, Inferno and Mirage banned out straight away. Ancient pick from Passion UA. It's a map that they're really good on. aTTaX into Anubis, and the Overpass, third and final decider. Interesting stuff. aTTaX have been on a bit of a loss streak recently, I'll be honest, in the last few days. Yet to take a map. Loss against Zero Tenacity, Havu, and Bleed. Now, again, they're rosters of a high caliber, right? They're not going to be easy teams to beat. You can't look at that and say, oh, yeah, we lost to Bleed or we lost to Havu. Like, it's over, right? Because at the end of the day, as I say, very, very strong team. Zero Tenacity as well. But Passion UA have kind of been on the other side of the coin. They've been taking wins against rosters that you wouldn't necessarily expect them to. Wins against Permitter, Sashi, Sashi now the old Espionage roster, then that Espionage roster again a week ago, 3D Max, 2-0 against Havu. They've been absolutely fantastic recently, and I do expect them to continue that upwards trajectory. We'll see if they continue it here, though, as we send it right into the pistol round. Passion UA on their T side, pushing through Cave. Arrow on the other side with the Jawleys, needs to be clinical, and he's not. Jambo and Jacasmo send him packing. And the B side open for business. Sky frees Ozek. Have to try and pick up the pieces. 3v3. Double Jawleys in play here for the T side, but they've been picked up, so they got some Kevlar behind them, and they're looking rather scary. Eschilla does draw first blood. Sky in from the flank will add a spanner to the works, but it doesn't matter. Eschilla's so crisp, and look how fired up he is after the pistol round win. They're on boot camp at the moment, and I think that is a little bit of a testament to their successes as well. You can't put it all on it, but I think that as a team, when you're playing on boot camp, it really, really does sort of bolster you up a little bit. I think it's much easier in many situations. Firstly, to get fired up, feel good about the rounds that you win, and secondly, to actually sort of recover when you end up losing a round, losing a map, whatever. You sat next to each other, you can have those IRL conversations. If you see someone looking a little bit down in the dumps, you can pick them up. Nothing gets the adrenaline flowing like a fist bump after a big kill or a round win. Zerofix. Oh. Soft checks Cave. I'm not going to hard clear it. They will get up to B, but in the meantime, teammates falling. AK needs to hit the head, and it will. Eschilla. Once again, joined by his teammate Jambo, the only two yet to die, and they're the ones to try and pick this up once again. No easy feat. Head poking over. Arrow will take a third. Not bad. Decent damage, and getting out of there with a Galil isn't the end of the world. It's kind of making the most out of a bad situation. But it is going to be a second round on the board for Bastion after things got a little bit dicey there. Obviously, winning the round becomes the priority, and they do manage to pull that off. So, reasonable position to be in. full eco around that save Galil, of course. They really can't justify investing anything all too heavy into this round. It's about damage control here for Passion. Try and keep as many alive as you can. Do not die to those pistols. Arrow not really in a position to have a major impact, but does arrive to the party quite quickly. Zero fix. Dispatching of the CTs. Arrow forced back by the molly. Bizarrely doesn't take any damage from it. Manages to slip through just before it blooms, but his teammates will continue. Put their heads on the chopping block, and Eschiller's going to keep taking them away. Orzek hoping he can get out of this with an AK. I thought there would be no chance. Does hear Jacasmo coming, but it doesn't matter. Can't find the head. Jacasmo comes out on top. Galil upgrades into an AK, and yeah, it's a good round. It's a good round from them. You can see them there at the boot camp together. Feeling confident. As I say, honestly, teams like this that are smashing out officials, and actually they're getting so many invites at the moment too. If you look at them as a team and how many tournaments they're playing in at the moment, it absolutely makes sense. It absolutely makes sense to come together, play it from a boot camp. Ooh. Good opening pick. Zorzek to draw the first. I thought that Arrow maybe in for one of his own. Won't be the case. Zorzek's going to keep pressing, and HG only does a tiny bit of damage, but will be enough of a deterrent to force him back. Sky follows up. Jambo falls. Storm shot. Hype tries the double dip. That's going to cost him. That's going to cost him big time. Felt very unnecessary to repeat that. And they know that Orzek's round here too, so timing important as Chiller won't be able to creep out of cave regardless. There is someone watching from long, and Orzek creeps it back to the cabinet. The smoke will isolate those jewels. Spots the first, but Freeze doubles up. Such a sick time for him to shine. Sky will finish off the job, and alternate attacks on the board. That's a good little bite back. I like that. A lot of time out here for Passion. I actually like the fact that they're using them so early on. Recognizing that Counter-Strike can snowball out of control very, very quickly, especially in MR12, so trying to work out how and why they lost that round and how to make sure it doesn't happen again. Decent buy-up, but it's not like they were playing a bonus in the last or anything like that, because they did only manage to save the 3 rifles, so once again, in a position where cash is at the minimum. There are a couple of contingencies. 3 Galils, an 8k and a Mac 10 certainly could be sufficient, but yeah, it's not all the bells and whistles. Well, early picks. Eschilla sends it right up with the flash through the smoke. It's going to be thrown the bomb as well because no one else wants to emerge. But yeah, get that C4 planted. We've already got decent positions. Further damage dealt, but he's still alive and kicking. And able to upgrade into an AK in the process as well. Jambo Reeling it back. aTTaX still the only one that's in deep, and he's just trying to keep him busy. If he can take another head here, it'd be criminal, and he will do so. Arrow and Freeze back the other way, but it's short-lived. The bomb already 2/3 of the way gone. Freeze is going to jump on it, but he doesn't have a kit. They've got plenty of time to deny it, and even if he did, Fear was quick enough. They weren't sure if there was that defuse kit in play, and look, they're hyped up. aTTaX again. He's the one with the excitement, the fist bumps. Getting the team fired up. It's what you like to see. It's a big round for the guys. Yeah, it's a massive entry as well. You can really tell when a player is on form and has that confidence. That's exactly what we're seeing resonating out of aTTaX right now. Smoke down, hyped. To try and play through. Does catch out your cat smoke. Good timing. Puts it back to even 4-on-4. Freeze still. Only with an MP9, but the rest stacked up with rifles. Passion still in a decent spot to take this. Contact in mid. Freeze is going to pull it right back. Decent volley. It's actually going to force Sky and Hyped right over to the left-hand side here. And Jambo, very quick to the trigger on the AWP. Fear's going to follow up for the second, and that is how you take the cave control. Swarming Jaguar, giving each other that support. They both take a lot of damage from the ordeal, but they win their firefights. That's what's most important, and both of them do. So it doesn't even come down to a 3-on-2. They've still got 4 alive and kicking. Timing from Arrow could be good. It will be. Catches aTTaX with his pants down. Zerofix is going to drop elsewhere. Fear needs to trade this, and he can't. MP9 quicker again. It falls down to the shoulders of Jambo. AWP. He has got the bomb, but he doesn't have time. He'll back off. He'll hold on to this sniper. But a second on the board for alternate attacks, and in a bit of an unlikely scenario as well. It's a good round from them. Progression into middle. Nade's going down. HG to follow up. And, well, a force buy here for Passion UA, but there isn't too much weight behind it. They're poking over. Arrow, big kill. Fear back the other way. Nice shot from Jambo. If he can keep the wheels in motion, then they've got a good shot at this. Bomb still yet to go down, and my concern is the lack of util. There's no smokes posted, and there's no smokes to be deployed either. Couple of whiff shots, and that's where things can go sour. Zerofix and Fear, though, will follow up, and Zerofix will actually finish off the job. Massive multi-kill for him, around that maybe they shouldn't have been taken, but they pull it their way. That one did get a little bit messy. When you're missing your AWP shots like that, it's not going to fill you with confidence. Routine Jules. I flash. Just trying to jump around and clear out this close cave position. For now, nothing been seen or heard on B, so sort of baited into this false sense of security that it is clear. You've got a four-man stack up close, freeze down with a flashbang, just waiting for the perfect moment to deploy it. There we go. Flash is good. USB's going to charge it down, and well, while the flash does blind a couple of them, they're not going to get anything out of it. Fair bit of damage dealt onto Zero Fix and Fear, but nothing more. The last man standing wiped out from the flank. As Chilla takes another with his Mac 10. It's a good round. Obviously, you're just up against an eco. You're not expecting to lose it, but yeah, doing so with such conviction, not taking any casualties is always a big bonus. Freeze in the corner. Ooh, only good for the one. Jambo and Fear actually dealing with this nicely, but Sky with a huge double, somehow slipping away as well. Spots Chicasmo, hits the dink. Jambo left to try and pull this together, but they play it very, very well. Arrow will deal with it. Zero Fix. Press him forward. Orzek's there. Wipes him out. AWP. Nice shot. Hype's going to follow up. Alternate attacks actually sort of pulling this together. Looking quite nice in some of these rounds as Hype takes one more. Chicasmo's going to follow up further. 2v2. Freeze right here in cave. Jambo on the other side. Taken out. Follows up with another. And Passion will make it 7. Look at him. Unbeatable when they're fired up like this. They're looking seriously hot right now. It is their map pick of Ancient. It's probably their best in the pool. It's certainly their most played. But still, it's taken every ounce of aTTaX's playbook, even just to find 3 rounds here. Big kills, obviously, just up against the full eco. You're really not expecting much here from aTTaX. Taking one is already decent, and there is actually going to be a second that comes out of Arrow as well. He's going to swap out to an AK, chance to do more onto Jambo, but will not seize that chance. So 8 on the board here for Passion. A great half already. If they can get this first map done and dusted convincingly, then they'll have the momentum, they'll have the wind in their sails to just follow that on to the second. Jacasmo. Back down low, but Arrow falling early. Hyped will finish him off. Puts it into a fairly even spot, but Achilla's got so much space. And as the timing sees the barrel of Sky again, it's perfect here for Passion. We've got all the cards face up. Oh, bad timing. Doesn't matter. He actually gets back on the angle just as Orzek's breaching through. Freeze again, only good for 1. It's an instant trade. And Hyped left, 1v3. Surely no chance. Bomb's already gone down. Look at the AI winner prediction. I always think this is a little skewed. It's probably got more than a 1% chance at this, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the AI knows a little better than I do. Shut down as Passion make it a 9-3 half. It's just ridiculous. They can top this off with a pistol. We could be seeing a very, very fast map 1. And potentially even a fast series. aTTaX will be dropping down to that lower bracket where they face Permitter. But of course, I'm jumping the gun. We're not there yet. Just getting closer to it, I guess. So, second half pistol round. Worth its weight in gold here for aTTaX. You have guessed correctly in terms of the site. They are stacked up outside B. There's only 2 here to defend, but Zero Fix and Jambo seem to have a pretty good little configuration going here. Julie's up close. Could be deadly, and they will be clattering away. How do you play against that? Even with the Glocks, that up-close spam potential just feels impossible with the Julie fire rate. Once his teammate will fall, Zero Fix back to his shenanigans. Another as he takes a third. Jacasmo will finish one off, but look at that. The smiles on their faces. They are happy with that result. Just feels unlosable. I'll keep them coming. If I just look back at Twitch chat. Linksy, good commentator. Thanks, mate. This should be an easy closer here, though, for Passion. Aschilla will be challenged here on the A site. He's only there with the MP9. He's by himself, but reinforcements come in hot and heavy, and look how quick they are to the picture. Oh, it's just perfect. And Jambo will pick himself up 3. And they don't seem too excited over that one, but That was a force fight, I think. They had Tech 9s at least. I didn't see if they had Kevlar. Hold on. We'll see it again once the webcams disappear. Yeah, they did. That was a full investment. I mean, it wouldn't have made sense for them to buy Tech 9s and Deagles without the Kevlar, so I guess I'm being a bit of a fool, but it was just the way that the MP9s just chomped through them with such ease. It did make me question whether or not they had the armor behind them. They didn't even get close. No kills, no bomb plant, no silver lining to take away from that round. It's going to be an eco here. Passion should be able to comfortably push themselves onto 12. Freeze wants to try and dispute that. As Jambo and Jacasmo follow up. Yeah, this is just... It's one of the quickest maps I've seen in a little while, to be honest. Alternate attacks were keeping it reasonably competitive in that first half. They had a couple of good rounds. Been nothing but domination from the other side, though. The point that Arrow's turned his camera off. He's had enough. He's fed up. Maybe he's saying it's hurting his FPS. I used to have a load of performance issues playing tournaments, and they'd say, oh yeah, we're using this software. Can you have your webcam on? So like we can have these segments during timeouts. You go to your camera, and yeah, the second I die and I drop a frame, I'm like, that's it. Camera's going off. Got to find an excuse for being shit, right? An advantage here, though, for alternate attacks. First time we actually see them with a bit of equity in a round here. Quite some time. Fear. Not in position to support Jambo in that first fight. A 1v3, MP9. Oh no, Team Flash. She's able to find one. Swapped out to the M4 as well. It's got plenty of bullets. He's jumping on that bomb. Incendiary. He's actually going to flush him out. Does a decent amount of damage. HE will follow up. Fear's got a firebomb at his feet as well, but somehow still alive in the corner. Almost catches Freeze on the timing, but can't find the second. And there it is. A bite back for alternate attacks. A lifeline, but for how long? So 12-4, still, of course, 8 chances to close this out. I don't see a world that this goes the other way, but the important thing here for alternate attacks, I feel at least, is to just kind of keep the confidence. You know, if they can take 4 more, if they lose this 13-8, it's not ideal, but it gives them something to work with. It puts them in a position where they can say, you know what, like, we had a decent stab at that. We did show that we can take some rounds on our T side. And going into that second map of the series, they should have that little more confidence, I guess. You know? It's felt like they haven't even been able to get warmed up here on this map. They're just being blown up in every single duel they take. This could be the last hurrah here for the German squad as they creep their way out of A. Jacasmo in temple. Dead silent, but now knows that they're coming. A lot of util deployed, lots of steps on the site. Scrappy fight. Hyped will take a dink, but wins the duel. Completely locked out. I think Passion UA might want to just give this up. They don't have the money to buy into the next, so yeah, holding on to the cash. And having these weapons to go into round number 19 is definitely... Sorry, round number 17, in fact. Jumping the gun here. Definitely better than nothing. Let's see, that's a fun angle. Then we get to see all of them. So, a lot of firepower still here for this CT side, but as I said before, alternate attacks, slowly but surely, pulling this back their way. They have walked into an A site. It's only been defended by one in previous rounds, though. Now, the extra firepower here, a double defense. Messy from Eschilla, lots of damage onto the first, but cannot take any more. Zero fix in the meantime. Wipes out another on the sky and height so low, the HG will finish off one. Still at a disadvantage, and Sky only on 7 points of health. Information on both players. Freezer's still going to get this bomb planted too. I just don't see it happening. We'll let him tap in those digits. They're going to swing off of it being planted though. And they're just going to isolate these jewels. It's absolutely perfect. Fashion will make it 13. And not a chance in hell that alternate attacks take any more than 5. Wow, wow, wow. Fantastic stuff. And you can see, I mean, they're not going crazy about it. That was a routine day in the office, a walk in the park for the Passion boys. But they were fired up in those opening rounds, and that's where you need it. Right? Get that momentum going, get that adrenaline flowing, and that's exactly what we saw. We're going to jump to a short 10-minute break, folks. When we return, we'll be back with the second map of this series. It is, of course, the pick of alternate attacks. It's going to be Anubis, and it's one that I'm expecting them to have a little more equity on. But, well, Passion UA are also quite good there, so we'll see if they can take it 2-0. Don't go too far. We'll be back with the action very shortly. Welcome back, everybody. We're here with map number 2, and, well, it doesn't get a lot better than this. Passion UA, breezing through Ancient. They move on to Anubis. It's a map that they're really comfortable with as well. And they get to start off on their T side, which obviously isn't necessarily the favoured side, like alternate attacks. Playing on that defence, won't be feeling too hard done by, but yeah, a lot of teams do favour their attack here. Passion UA, of course, in that boat. Absolutely perfect. Massive taps early on. Heights good for 1. The trades are imminent. And just like that, Zerafix doubles up. Fear with another. Orzek left all by himself. And this feels like a done deal. I don't know where the hell you go from here. Passion UA are going to make it the first on the board. Comfortable stuff, no trouble at all. Smoking. Zerafix trying to play forward. Massive kill. Decent trade. So it does take 1 before dropping, but Freeze, tucked behind this site, has to smoke off the molly as he takes a tickle of damage from it. In a decent spot here. Chasmo working his way through. See a smoke and won't know if anyone's lingering within them. So does have to be careful. A couple of pot shots almost connect his teammates. We'll do a decent chunk. And Jambo's going to finish off the job. So, yeah, a couple of casualties. That's okay. Khalil's will upgrade into the AKs. And you can see Aschiller again fired up. Looking good here. They want to take this in 2 bites. They're looking like they might. A really strong performance here from Passion UA. It's difficult to fault it. Quick technical pause before we get back into things. Are they running LAN again? Yeah. They're at a boot camp. I don't know for how long, but yeah, the last couple of matches I've covered for them have they've been together. They've been at a boot camp and playing on LAN. So as I was talking about in the first map, I think it does you a lot of favors. I think it does you a lot of favors as a team. Being there next to each other. Hopefully should be able to get back into things soon. Technical pauses, always a little bit awkward. Never what you want at a time like this. Pass plate just up against the fully. Obviously, no stress. They breeze right through it. And Fashion UA will make it 3-0 after a lengthy pause. Yeah, back with some real dominance. Strong conviction. 3-0. So this is the important one, the buy round. The chance for Ultimate Attacks to bite back, and it really feels like they need to. Freeze good for an opening. They do need to follow up here. Arrow just around this corner as they breach through into camera. Big fight takes place, and he is good for another. They are going to get the plant at the very least, so some money to come the way. Off this Passion UA squad, as Chiller follows up. Knives perhaps in a little predicament. Rams away, as Chiller. One more to his tally. As for Orzek and Hyped, it's a round that they are going to be feeling hard done by about. How the hell do they not win it? A brutal outcome. Passion UA keep the numbers coming. Alternate Attacks having a bit of a hard time here. Definitely a rough start. Not what you want to see out of a team like this. Sky. With the Jiggle Peak. Get anything early on. Let's get the dink onto Zero fixed though. And, well, a follow-up would be huge. Not quite for now though. It's still a virtue. And Hype's going to follow up with one of his own. Chikazmo just on the other side of this smoke. They know they've lost control of this. This becomes very difficult to recover. Play the patience game. Over the top, boosted. Takes contact. Can't be lethal. Another going to be overwhelmed by the pistols. Freeze. The man to deal it. This is a really rough round, to be honest. Not the way you want to be losing. If you're Passion UA, they've done so much to take these opening 4. They've looked really, really good in the process. It is all coming apart. That's Chiller. Massive opening pick. Sending it in with just raw pace here. A Passion U8. They just want to keep the rounds coming. The trade made by an open. The smoke. Gets Chiller. Massive kill. He's going to try and press further forward. Oh, no. Bad timing. Camera player swings out and wipes out in the process. Jambo follows it up, though, and right through the smoke will take one more. Absolute chaos on the A-bomb site. But it is going to go the way of Passion. Again, it just feels like they're unable to lose in these scenarios. Yeah, they'll keep the ball rolling. Jambo boosted over the smoke. Hungry for a fight. Won't be anyone to give it to him, at least not this early on in the round. I'm just waiting with the incendiary in hand. Do trying to play up for this. There we go. Better stuff. Hyped is there to follow up, but a big kill. Into main as well. They'll keep them coming. Jambo eventually with a trade, but it does feel like too little too late. Fear needs one more, and it's a little bit scrappy with the duel and CT. With 40 seconds left, Jambo knows this is completely unwinnable. He will continue to play for damage. Definitely doesn't want to be dying after time here. This feels cooked. Start to pull it back, Jambo. Oh, timing. Yeah, catches him out. Orzek. Perfect with it. And it's strong stuff. Alternate attacks at a good round, a good little resurgence from them. Couple of promising moments that does somewhat fill you with confidence. Spams through, freezes M4. Won't deliver. Time to his AWP. Ooh, doesn't hit the collat. Doesn't matter. Arrow's there to follow through. It's another strong start here for alternate attack. After going a couple down. Chasmo creeping. Chasmo's going to keep them coming. They might actually be able to recover this. There you go. Seconds to spare, and it goes back into a 3-on-3. Just when it was looking bleak for Passion again here in round number 8. Alternate attacks are left scratching their heads. They've lost the B site, and it's now a scrap to try and take it back. Chasmo in this corner, freeze. Wary to take a fight with him. Arm around. Oh my god, Chasmo. Very quick. And that's got to be it. They have to call this off. AWP tagged down so low. And Arrow wants nothing more to do with it. No easy task. For alternate attacks. This has not been looking good for them, not one bit. But this round may be the start of better things to come. Decent trades, flashbang, perfect. But Freeze can take one more just before it pops. The C4 will manage to get back onto that site. Digits tapped in, Sky creeping up from heaven. They're here waiting with his AK. Jambo. Oh, wow, that's messy. And they actually get on it in the nick of time as well. Alternate attacks will make it through. Awkward stuff. It was looking good. It was looking very good. Six to 3 fit. Low on health, but Orzek's already fallen. Not going to be an easy task. Sky will keep them coming. Let's chill right back the other way. 4 to 3. He's still lingering, drops down, pulls it back. 45 seconds, smoked up on top of the shelf position, but Freeze still not going to let up. Makes himself a double. Also makes himself scarce. Big HE. Feel left with a lot on his shoulders. Scopes in, doesn't spot anything. Wants to get on out of there. AWP. Not the weapon for the job, but Freeze here, and even though he's low, the Glock will actually swap out to the knife at the wrong moment. Big up shot, height. Can't make it 2, but Orzek's there. And yeah, some real wind in their sails here for alternate attacks. Now, obviously, 6 rounds for Passion already pretty good. 6.5, not bad at all, but are in a bit of a spot where... Passion can't convert at least one of these next 2 rounds. And they could be in a bit of trouble. Certainly not going to be this one here, especially with Freeze doubling up again. Nice little 2k for him. Passion looking spicy. Here coming into the last round. Couple of Galils, 3 AKs. Their heads held high. Determination and grit to try and pull this together. Of course, this map not the be-all, end-all, right? They're already one up in the series. That's criminal from Orzek. How he gets away with fun there is unbelievable. To make it 2 is so sick. An advantage again, though, for alternate attacks. Jambo and Jacasmo. We've been up through water, timing everything. And Jacasmo might just have it on mid. There it is. Pulls 1, but he is going to be traded, surely. Yep, there you go. This guy doesn't care about making sound. Kill's more important. We'll follow it up. One will go down. Jambo's still with a shot at this, but not going to be an easy task. Jambo just around this corner. Oh, awkward from Sky. Flash doesn't quite land where he wants it to. Peeks out, and oh man. Yeah, that's rough. Could have definitely played the time there as well, Arrow. Wasn't really in a position to be pushing him. Certainly wasn't in a position to just throw himself at the bomb side either. So could have been something more there. It didn't end up materializing. A shot from Jacasmo. Kicking things off to... a nice sound. Fear just around this corner. Knows this next fight's important, though. Patiently waiting. Arrow. Block in hand. Oh, it's good. It's actually very good. He follows up with Sky. Zerofix eventually trades, but I'm not sure they've really got time on this. 12 seconds left on the clock. No kit. Jacasmo has to get on the bomb, and well, he's going to come right back off of it. That's a big pistol round win. Alternate attacks weren't really in position to be taking that, and they do. So yeah, happy days. They're going to be feeling very confident. Nice headshot from height. Now we're going to keep trying to force the issue here. Zerofix not in a position to do much, but Desert Eagle could still be fierce, and the smoke will give him a bit of space to maneuver as well. Unfortunately, it will allow him to maneuver right out of that bomb site. Doesn't want anything more to do with it until he's got the support from his teammates. And they're not really in position to do much either. Fast play in from Orzek. Oh, a drive-by. Even beyond that, to be honest. You can't do that in a drive-by. Mach 10 just jumping around the corner, and he'll keep them coming as well. Obviously, just up against the pistols, you're not expecting too much resistance, but Orzek's farming cash right now and farming confidence. Doesn't need the support of his teammates. He is looking fierce. That ferocity really showing.
Bomb has been planted.
Jambo. Ooh, nice kill. Orzek sent packing. Given how this started, not the worst of endings, to be perfectly honest, but it is still going to be a tough pill to swallow, losing another round.
Terrorists win.
Especially when you're dying like that to Orzek early on. It's just cruel. It feels unplayable at times. It's just blowing you up like that. Not a chance in hell. Zero fix. Lovely start. But a hell of a lot still to be done. A shot from Jumbo Sniper. Keeps them once again in the driver's seat. There's another. aTTaX have really been pulling away here, but just when it looked like it was done and dusted, they actually give us a lot more to work with. Oh my god, Arrow! Where the hell does that come from? And just like that, we could be in for a double digit. Here for alternate attacks. Jumbo not even able to finish off Sky as he does the tag damage to him. That is ridiculous. Arrow just tearing him apart. Oh my god. You can see the smile on his face, but his teammates are the ones that are excited. That was unbelievable. Ridiculous stuff. Arrow just keeping him ahead, you know. They've not stopped winning since going into this second half. And yeah, losing that round could have been the start of something better for Passion UA. An opportunity back in the door, you know. 9-7 wouldn't have been bad. Arrow's just keeping them coming. A low buy here for the CT side, but a buy nonetheless, and it is toppling once again under the pressure.
Bomb has been planted.
No mercy being shown here. Freeze just blasting them as they try and save. Yeah, there you go. Sky will finish him off. Not allowed to hold on to a weapon. See you later, my friend. Eleven rounds here for aTTaX again. Another force buy for Passion UA. I don't know what the hell you do if you're in their situation. But spamming away, it'll be freeze. In for an opening that will eventually come there on the A site. Eschella trades it right back the other way. Right, posted. Fast stuff. Let's chill a scent again. Fear, yeah, nothing more that can be done in this round. This is... Been sent right the other way. This is ridiculous. Truly just unplayable right now. Alternate attacks. How the hell do you contend with this? Round after round, it's beautiful CS from them. As I say, just looking unstoppable. Obviously, 6 chances to close this in their favor. They absolutely should be able to do so. But this has been a bit of a snooze fest of a half, and not just a half as well. Not only is this 6 rounds in a row on the T side, and I want to sort of lean into this a little bit more. 6 rounds in a row on the T side, but it was what, 6-3 for Passion UA in that first half as well? So this is 9 rounds in a row for alternate attacks. They just can't lose. They can't lose. And when you're fired up like this, I mean, what's the answer? Zero fix. Beautiful headshot. Ozek. Finally, they sort of put a lid on him because he's been causing all sorts of problems. Arrow's going to double it down. How the hell are they getting away with this? This is just ridiculous. Not another from Arrow. Oh my god, a 2-man disadvantage, and then blink and you miss it. Arrow's taking a 3k. Jacasmo should be able to glue things back together. No. Is MP9 only good for the one? A lot of damage. The HG chunks up freeze, but it needed to go on to heights. The drive-by will take him out instead, but Jambo swaps out to his USP. He doesn't fancy reloading the M4. Has a suspicion that Freeze is low on health, but isn't 100%. And the 1v1 could lean either way. USP, oh, does get the drop on him. That's a big fight. That's a big fight to be winning. Wow, wow, wow. All right, well, that's another. They stay afloat. And they will deny that ridiculous streak, right? So they don't get to end the game and say, yeah, we won 12 rounds in a row. Well, not 12 rounds in a row, but you know what? 9, 10 rounds in a row to close it out. Yeah, that streak comes to an end. But they could still bite back. Finish it off in the next because, yeah, there's still plenty of money in the bank. Of course there is. Been absolutely stomping. Fear, super aggressive in mid. Actually untraded as well, so yeah, you know. Not bad at all. Arrow wants to keep going. Let's chill up. Close to this pillar. There you go. Oh, wow. Lovely stuff again from the MP9. Despite the fact that obviously winning the round in the last and only keeping one player alive actually really still hurt the CT economy. They didn't have too much cash going into this. Hype still making it plausible. Hits the first. Narrowly misses with the second pot shot through the smoke and doesn't pull the trigger for the third. He had his crosshair in the right spot. But it all falls onto Zero Fix. They know where he is. He's made the scope sound. Oh, no. He's been spotted now. Sees the man crossing to the site. Knows the seconds on the pillar. Fast shot. Gets behind. Oh, Zero Fix. That is so sick. And Passion are going to make it 8. Come on, guys. Where's the energy? That's a ridiculous clutch. And they're still alive here. 4 rounds, very doable. And if they can take it, then who knows? We could certainly be going the distance, going to further rounds. My. History in the making here. Truly ridiculous. Oh, wow. Okay, Arrow's had enough. Arrow has had enough. He wants to be on map 3 right now. He wants Overpass. Orzek the same. A triple entry onto the A site, and surely this is the final nail in the coffin. There you go. Jacasmo chimes in for 1, but that is all you will see, folks. Alternate attacks do finish off what they started. A couple of rounds lost at the end. There was a bit of a hiccup, but it does not matter. That's going to wrap up map 2. And to be honest, I don't think a 2-0 would have done this justice after Passion UA came in with such dominance in that first map and actually carried that momentum into the first few rounds of the second. I'm thinking, oh man, are we really going to see alternate attacks just give us nothing today? Wasn't the case. They came in with some brute force there, especially in that second half. We're going to go to a 10-minute break. When we return, we'll be back with the third map of the day. It's Overpass, and it should be a really exciting one. You don't want to miss it, so don't go too far. Join us back here. We'll be waiting with the action. Welcome back, everybody. We're here with our third and final map of the day. Alternate attacks. Passion UA decides who goes into the upper bracket semis and who gets knocked down into that lower bracket, where it is a real scrap. It's brutal to fight your way out. We've seen a real kind of back and forth, a roller coaster so far. Both teams taking their own map picks quite convincingly. But outside of that, it's been an unknown quantity when it comes to Overpass. Which way this one's going to lean, I cannot tell you. And there we go. Oh yeah, it switches back to me. Sorry, I forgot. But yeah, Overpass. I'm really not too sure who's going to take this one. I think, obviously, alternate attacks were looking just fantastic into that second half of that last map. Now, it's the T side of their map pick. So there is something to be said there. You've got to kind of look at that and take it with a pinch of salt and say, look, that's where they're going to be doing the most practice, right? That's where they're going to be absolutely drilling those practice sessions and things like that. So I feel like that is where you expect them to be most comfortable. Now, coming on to Overpass, Passion have had much better results in recent weeks. They've beaten some strong teams on it. For alternate attacks, they're actually on a 6-map loss streak. Now, don't get too alarmed by that. It's actually against some really good teams. Losses against Zero Tenacity, Sinners, Amco, Sinners again, Entropic, Mouse NXT. So some big, scary names, right? And you can sort of shrug it off and say, you know what? Some of them are actually fairly close, and they're against formidable opponents. But Passion, on the contrary, are on a 3-series win streak, or a 3-map win streak, sorry, on this one right here. Permitter, Sashi, and 500, the 3 heads that they've taken so far. And into the pistol. It's not the casters as to why less viewers. It's the auto mod. Ruins everything. Can't chat like a degen. I got to agree. I hate auto mod. My channel, it's Nightbot's banned, mate. It's gonzo. I feel you. I feel you big time. Fear up from long. Lovely headshot. Arrow sent the other way. Sky with a nice little double up. But 3v3, things even out. And a minute left on this clock. We've got to try and get up onto the site. And hello. He's in the corner, very camouflaged. Does eventually pull the trigger and pop the head when needed. Walking into Allzek's going to be a bit of a problem, but Fear will finish it off. And look at him, yeah, he's happy with that. That's a big round, one that they maybe weren't expecting to take. Oh, yeah, man, it pops up with everything. Oh, there was something the other day. I can't remember what it was. But it was like the most innocent comment ever, and Automod banned it because it like also meant bum or something. It's like, oh no, can't say that. It was yeah, not good. I don't even have mod either, so I can't even I don't even get to review it. Gonna follow me? Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. I am M&J, that's me, yep. Slow stuff going into round number 2. Passion, don't want to be making any mistakes. They know that they are going to be up against some kind of an investment. Obviously, the firepower going to be lesser here on the CT side, but yeah, the right call to try and force into this. Couple of Deagles, 5-7, an MP9, and a Scout. Could be sufficient. Look at this. All 5 players stacked up on the A side. They've gone for a complete gamble. They've bet on red. The wheel's still rolling, but it does look like it's going to land on red as it starts to slow down. 40 seconds. Passion don't really have the option to back it up anymore. They do need to try and commit to some kind of firefight. And whilst the scrappy duels are taking place, there's surely no way they're expecting 3. aTTaX's job here is just to keep them busy. Funnel them in. They find the kill, they think it's open, and there's 2 lingering around the corners. It doesn't matter. Jacasmo, Jambo, Zerofix, blink and you miss it. They all come in tandem. And Arrow, whilst he can take a couple back with a 5-7, it's a valiant attempt. It is not going to go his way. Passion UA with clean stuff, as they will pull another together. And a big round, a very, very big round. So, yeah, alternate attacks, left scratching their heads. That's an awkward one to lose. In that kind of fashion. It's not an awkward round to lose in the greater context, right? It's a round that you're probably expected to lose, but yeah, given the fact that they took that huge gamble to stack up on the A-bomb site, and they did so. Anyway, walked right into them. They just weren't able to win those fights. Let's get tricky. Now for Lico. Arrow with his MP9. That's all that's invested into this one. So he got a couple of kills in that last round, so did have the extra cash to justify it. Didn't spend as much into the last either. Bit patient. Oh my god. Mac-10's just munching him. Ooh, gets a little bit messy on the second fight, so will be traded. Gives aTTaX an opportunity. Overpass used to be a CT preferred map. How's it now? Oh, I've got a surprise for you. It is now the most CT-sided map in the pool. In CS2, it's been significantly CT-sided. And in terms of professional matchups, you look at all the statistics on HLTV, it is now the most CT-sided map in the pool, ahead of Nuke. So, yeah, it's CT-sided. It's CT-sided for sure. Now, that kind of balances out the lower down the rankings you go, but you need to be putting 6 rounds, 7 rounds on the board on your CT side to call it even a reasonable half. Passion UA are getting off to a fantastic start here. Now, if I'm being completely honest, when I'm playing Overpass, especially in a pug setting, I like T-side Overpass. I like the dynamic of the B side. I like the high skybox. I like the ability to basically throw any kind of util you want, a boost and whatnot. It works. The reason it's so CT-sided is because they have that luxury of being able to bounce between the bomb sites. The rotation, so swift, so seamless. You compare that to an Inferno. CT rotating between the 2 sites, it takes an eternity. Same goes for sometimes maybe a map like Ancient. If you are the hard A anchor, they hit B, it's a bloody long rotation. By the time you are left in a position to save, in fact, most maps in the pool follow that blueprint. But here on Overpass, yeah, you can be the A site anchor. They hit B, you drop down the stairs, and you're in heaven. Very, very easy to bounce between the 2 sites, and therefore have that very hybrid, very fluid player in the middle that is just very reactive. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Any other questions? Fire away. Zerofix. Just around this corner. Man advantage here for alternate attacks. For it feels like the first time this map. It might actually be. Not going down. They could be funneled into freeze. Smoke gives him a bit of space because it starts to fade. Now he's in trouble. Does win the first fight. With the M4 in hand, he's got the extra firepower. He's going to keep him coming. A double kill is perfect. Surely traded when the third emerges, but to be fair, enough damage has been dealt. Zerofix wiped out, and his Chiller's low on health, so 1 bullet had finished the job, and Freeze will put it right into his chest. So it is going to be the first on the board for alternate attacks, and I like the attitude. aTTaX still with a smile on his face. I was about to say laser focused, but I mean, scratching his nose. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're laser focused, but remember you're on camera, boys. 3-1. Let's go. You've got 150 ultimate attacks in this map. All right. Well, fingers crossed for you, my friend. assuming dollars, not yen or pesos or... Zloty, I don't know, something that doesn't have too much value. It's from 14, bloody hell. All right, you're having a day. You're having a good day. Yeah, alternate attacks, of course, don't have a great win rate on Overpass, but I reckon that's why you've had decent odds on it. Is that close to this rock? Big kill. Oh, can't quite follow up with the second. To be honest, there's a lot to be said here. Even though, as I said before, alternate attacks haven't had the best of results. Again, they've lost against good teams, and they've had a massive result on Anubis, and that does a lot for the confidence, right? Now, I know they've not come into Overpass too hot here, but now they've got the guns back out. They are looking strong. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Forget everything I just said. Jambo's unbelievable. On the jump spot. So quick to the trigger. Hype doesn't stand a chance. I don't know how you hit that shot. But it's almost expected from the young Ukrainian at this point as he follows up with another. Oh my god. Arrow not even allowed out the smoke. And look at the battle cry from Eschella. The energy's there for Passion. They're keeping the rounds coming. There's a reason that they're called Passion, I think. Guys are fired up. That shot is so criminal. It's a decent attempt from the double stack on long, but... Zero fixes AK. Waiting patiently. This chiller's about to emerge. Molly over the top. Oh, that just falls onto nothing. But 1 for 1. B-bomb site looking vulnerable once again. The rotations already hot and heavy. Orzek coming in from connector. Might catch Zero fix on a timing. No, opts against it. Zerofix will be able to come out. Clear the position. Now Orzek will emerge. That's actually pretty perfectly played from him. And the 1 for 1s continue. Now, often they favour the T side, but with the util damage as well, Passion UA are playing with slithers of health. And Jacasmo doesn't stand a chance. A single bullet from Freeze's M4 will finish him off right into the torso. And alternate attacks, yeah, they keep them coming. They're not getting too excited just yet. They know there's a long road ahead. But not bad at all. Alternate attacks were better without ex-Pig members. You know, it's been so strange seeing this alternate attacks roster just trade players between, and they must have some kind of deal going on, right? They must have some kind of deal going on where they just play swapsies. Because alternate attacks and Big Academy have traded players back and forth for probably the last 4 or 5 years now. Very consistently. It is always interesting to see. But it is also nice to... Not that we see... Yeah, I can talk over this. This is an eco round. Not that we see alternate attacks qualifying for many big events, right? But obviously playing under an academy team, it's great. You've got a great support network over you. A brilliant opportunity for sort of development as a player because you've got a tier 1 organization backing you there. But also, it's a real problem because there's no opportunity to qualify for big events. They're actually getting more damage out of this than I was expecting. But there's no opportunity to qualify for big events, right? Big Academy cannot qualify for anything that the big main team are playing within. And therefore, it's like a major hindrance, right? There has to be that deficit. There has to be that gap. And as you sort of develop as a player, you want to strive. You want to strive for excellence. You want to strive for those bigger tournaments and those bigger invites. And I think that, you do reach a point where you outgrow an academy team. And if the main team aren't willing to, or if there isn't the opportunity to sort of fill up a spot in the main squad, then yeah, it is worth going to a different organization, not under an academy tag, for a period of time, just to sort of have those opportunities to qualify for those bigger events. Now, as I say, alternate attacks haven't been pulling it into major tournaments, right? But it's still just the principle of it. It feels like there's a ceiling, right? When you're under an academy roster, there's a ceiling there. Freeze, arrow, following up. Jambo, oh, it's messy. But he does come out on top. He's actually going to double it down. The issue is he's scratching his head wondering where the hell his teammates are. With the molly. Oh my god, Jambo! Spray! Oh, just misses the mark. And Hype's very quick to flick back and take it their way. That gets dicey for a few seconds. They do pull it together. Permitter. Hello. How are you? Mr. Permitter, we should have a chat. I love your boys. Love to cast some of your games. Or Mrs. Permitter, I don't know. A shot from Height. Gets the ball rolling. Of course, just up against these pistols, you're not expecting too much resistance. But when Hype doesn't even need to see to hit his shots, that's where things get problematic. An alternate attacks, yeah, really. With the wind back in their sails after a rocky start here on Overpass. They do take the reins. Now, we were talking just a few rounds ago about the fact that Overpass, at the moment, current state of CS2, very CT-sided. So, you know, just this is like the bare minimum here for alternate attacks to be pulling 5-6 rounds out of this. If they can extend that further, if they can pull 8 maybe out of this half, they're going to be feeling very happy. And if they can continue the wins, then, you know what happens. Progression from Orzek. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Hype's there as well to provide the support, even if Orzek doesn't come out alive. Trade it back. Now, he is in a little too deep. Hype's had to back off. How Orzek? That's ridiculous. Just drops a smoke, backs right away. No one's there to challenge him. Freeze. Oh. Spots the barrel. And that'll be enough. Left with it all to do, it's Eschiller and Jakazma. Hype emerging from bank. He loses his life here, he gives them a lifeline. Flashed off, so unable to play aggressive for it, but I don't think he wants to anyway. Eschiller with the bomb, peeks in, lots of damage dealt, but the AWP won't hit his mark. That's going to be his cue to get back onto default and get that bomb tapped in. Freeze coming up from long. So a fuse on this one for Eschiller unless he checks his sticks, which he won't. Freeze quicker to the trigger. A bomb plant will give them a bit of extra cash, but it's a very, very thin silver lining. Because this was a round that they heavily invested into, and they get very little out of it. A single kill and the C4 down is not anything to be bragging about. Arrow, the only man with a kit, the one to defuse, but it doesn't matter. He's got plenty of time on it. The AI winner prediction still thinks Passion have got a 1% chance. In case they forget to defuse, they come off of it and run off. So, Passion look a little bit defeated here, and this is worrying, right? They had a huge amount of momentum. You could see every time we went over to the webcams, they were looking fired up. Obviously, after losing, what, 4 or 5 rounds in a row, something like that, they are going to be feeling a little down in the dumps. But at the end of the day, this is a good T side. They can pull one more round out of this. They should be feeling positive. I think the major concern is alternate attacks. Once they get going, it's hard to stop them. That's exactly what we saw on Anubis. Passion went 6-2 up, and alternate attacks brought it all the way to 12-6 before Passion were able to get back into the picture. That's 9 rounds in a row. Shortly after, they took a 10th to close it. So, as I say, once they get going, it can really, really be hard to stop them. With a re-smoke into Deep Monster. Cast, how many tournaments are you casting? You've heard me everywhere. I'm doing way too much at the moment. I'm overworking ridiculously. I'm quite literally doing everything. I'm doing Compass, Thunderpick, United 21, EPL. Do some stuff for some orgs. CCT. I'm doing everything. I'm doing quite literally everything. Arrow, slamming away through the smoke. Oh my god. Oh, it's just cruel. And he will follow up. Jambo. Counting his lucky stars that he's the one to survive, but not for long. He'll be wiped out, and there you go. There's a bit of emotion for alternate attacks. They're starting to feel it. That's a big round for Arrow as well. Nice little stat pad. I must be rich. No. Am I getting my bread up? I'm trying. Trying to save up. I'm living in Amsterdam, so it's all very expensive. Rent's expensive. Just living in general is expensive. It's my girlfriend studying here, so gotta do what I gotta do. But trying to earn enough to be able to put a bit of money away and save as well. That's easier said than done. And I do like the back hill there, which seems to hinder that further. Sky and Freeze holding things down quite nicely here on the bomb side again. B just impenetrable, and I'm really surprised that Passion just keep rinse and repeating the same flawed strategy. Back to back rounds there where they say, oh, Hype's dropped his camera. They say, yeah, we'll send it into B. It might work this time. Pop a couple of flashes over. I understand when you've got these individuals with great mechanics, you do want to lean on them. And you know, sending into the B site is sometimes the best way to do so. But it just felt like alternate attacks had such a great grasp on it. They've done really well to make that an 8-4 half. And I think they should definitely be favoured now, even though that was the CT side. 8-4, especially if they can take the pistol. Hype's just given up. He's dropped his camera down the back and he's not bothered. That's the angle we get now. Being a caster seems fun till the betters come. I'm a better, but I don't mold on Twitch. I go to Twitter. Fair enough. I don't mind it, man. I mean, the thing is, right, betters in the chat and stuff, completely cool. I actually like, especially when I'm covering stuff on my own channel and whatnot, I like people telling me what they've bet on, and then we can sort of follow that, right? Sometimes I'll sort of put something up. If a couple of people have had a bet on a certain player to get a certain amount of kills or something, I'll like put it up on the side of the screen, and then we'll keep an eye on that player's kill count and whatnot, because people are always asking for that sort of thing. But when people come and they say, oh, match fixing, blah, 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 it's like, yeah, get out of here. It's a conversation for another day. Happens sometimes, but not in games like this. Have I ever bet on a game I've casted? No. That's a big no-no. There isn't really a reason for it to be a no-no, because I don't... I'm seeing exactly the same feed that you guys are, but still, it's frowned upon, so I don't do it. Guy sending it up. A shot. Ooh, lovely shot from Response. Zerafix just around this corner. Jawlies. Not given the opportunity, but actually a solid defense and a brilliant rotation flash. Fear's able to follow up. It does fall onto the shoulders of Freeze. Oh my god, so many questions. Give me a minute. 40 seconds left. Am I allowed to bet? I am allowed to bet, yeah. No one tells me I'm not allowed to bet, but it's just like... just a general sort of unspoken rule. You don't bet on the games that you're casting. Even just from like a bias perspective, I guess. Freeze. Creeping up. Oh, Jacasmo. Right around the corner. There you go. Happy days. Freeze will fall. And a good round for Passion. That's a really, really good response. Have you ever eaten a cheeseburger while you casted? I can't say I have. No, I'm sorry, man. Maybe between maps. In fact, not maybe. Definitely between maps, but not while casting. No. I could. I don't know why I would. I think you guys would tell me off for speaking with my mouth full. You were betting on paper without putting real money and it was never profitable. That's really interesting. Okay. Sounds kind of boring, but yeah, that's interesting. You're from Cheeseburger USA. Oh, man. I'll touch upon this in a minute, Lewis. Hold on. Actually, I'll tell you what. It's a full eco round, so we can touch upon it. Gokushima being banned, like, absolutely should have been. I think the point I'm trying to make here, right, is nowadays, with the greed of a lot of the bookies, being able to bet on... I mean, you know, you guys are bettors yourselves. You know how it works, right? When you've got these bookies that are taking bets on literally individual round outcomes, a pistol round outcome, things like that, right? There's... And also, right, bookies are taking bets on anything and everything in terms of matches. They're taking bets on, like, early stages of open qualifiers and ESCA games and shit like that, right? If you're a professional team, obviously, like, it's never okay, right? It's absolutely never okay. Professional integrity and competitive integrity, absolutely paramount. But if you're a professional team, tournaments like this are really important, right? HLTV ratings are super important. Trust me, I work with teams in the industry. Having strong results on HLTV, having a strong rating on HLTV is super important for invites to tournaments, for sponsorship and things like that. So when you're playing tournaments like this, and yeah, there's a bit of money on the line, it's on HLTV, there's weight behind it, there's absolutely no reason to do anything like that because there's so much opportunity in other just completely random bullshit scenarios to do so. You know what I mean? So yeah, if a team were going to do something like that, they'd throw a pistol round in an ESEA game. And to be honest, whilst it's never okay, it's the fault of the bookies for being greedy enough for taking bets on shit like that, you know? But a match like this, for these two teams, really, really important. It's a really important game. It's a really important game to perform on an individual and a team level. Would never be worth jeopardizing. Gokushima could explain that. Agreed. The fact that it wasn't the team and it was just him. I don't know. I'm not going to comment on it any further. I'll get told off. Oh, was that? Big headshot. Zero fix. Doesn't have the support to trade it, but still 3 alive. Should be alright. Jambo's going to follow up. So 8-7. Carson, do you watch Love Island? No, I don't watch Love Island. Sorry. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Counter-terrorists win.
Fashion to short. Just pistols here for alternate attack. So a good opportunity for Fashion to tie up this scoreline at the very least. Yeah, I'll be honest. If I'm placing bets and whatnot, I'm betting on the darts. I don't tend to bet on Counter-Strike too much. I think it's just really unpredictable, this kind of level. I think, you know, anywhere between sort of 40th and 80th on HLTV, just way too competitive. It's really, really difficult to actually distinguish teams from each other. So yeah, really, really difficult. Caster, why did you make Gokushima throw those games and then make this guy bet on it? Shit, yeah, I've got a lot of explaining to do, guys. Caster, have a good day, buddy. Gonna head off since you lost the bet. Have a great day. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for tuning in. We will meet again. Aramal, my name is. Thank you so much for dropping in, man. Thanks for the kind words. Have a nice rest of your day. You're betting on 16, 21-year-olds playing video games. It's not that serious. I mean, it is serious, but like, in terms of consistency, yeah, I mean, you're right. You're betting on a 16-year-old playing video games, right? When you get to the tier 1 level, they're professional athletes. They've got mental coaches. They've got dietitians. They've got the whole shebang. So there is a bit more consistency. But when it's 16-year-olds in their bedroom, you've got to hope that they've had a good night's sleep, right? You've got to hope that they've had a good night's sleep and that the heating was on just right and their dog didn't wake them up or something, you know? Like, it is temperamental. Jacasmo, that isn't. That's crisp as hell. Can't follow up for a third. There's Chiller coming up from Connector. Oh, the timing's brilliant. And the 3v3 should be no longer. There you go, big kill, but now needs to just play his life. 10 seconds left. Don't force the issue here. Just your presence, the fact that you're still alive here, means that they cannot face toilets. They've got to play forward. And that's where your teammates are stacked up for 2, but Hype doesn't care. Isolates the duels, picks them off individually, and Jambo left with it all on his shoulders. A 9th round imminent for alternate attacks, despite the disadvantage. And Jambo has to swap out to his Deagle. But they will not give him the opportunity, and as the bomb ticks further, it's 2/3 of the way gone. He realizes there is no hope in hell that he can put anything more into this, so has to back away. And alternate attacks will take the lead once again. And take the reins here in the second half. You gotta hope they don't want to go hang with their friends after the game or Uber Eats is delayed. I think there's like a level. I think when you get to this point, right, like, maybe that's not so much of a factor, but I completely get what you mean. Yeah, I completely agree. And yeah, especially as you sort of go down the ranking, for sure, yeah. As I say, I work with a lot of teams. I work with a lot of players, and some of them have fantastic attitudes and want to become tier 1 players and therefore give it their absolutely everything. And some of them, yeah, between rounds, sat on their phones and, you know, be problematic. It's always talking to girls, man. That's always the problem as well. It's always the demise. These 16, 17-year-olds, man, you bring goals into the picture. Between rounds in Prague on their phones, messaging. No, you can't have it. I was at a boot camp with the Copenhagen Wolves guys the other day, and Trace, right, old school, hardcore coach. It's like making the boys hand in their phones at the start of Prague and stuff. I thought it was hilarious. I mean, I love it. I'm all for it, but yeah, it's just brilliant. Zero fix. Lovely pick. Sky falling early. Man advantage. And a strong buy from Passion UA. So far, so good, but traded back. Nice shot from Jambo. Keep the numbers in their favour. Love Copenhagen Wolves. That's awesome. I work for them. And yeah. And my boys. Jambo still keeping the kills coming. And yeah, this does feel really disjointed from alternate aTTaX, I'll be honest. That last round was quite well composed. This felt very, very poorly coordinated. Peeking in one by one. By the time it went into a 4-on-2, they were happy to cut their losses back on out of there and just hold on to the weapons. Plus, did you like working for teams? I bet it's pretty chill. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, they're fantastic guys. I mean, especially like Copenhagen Wolves. I was out in Copenhagen with them. We've had a boot camp a couple of weeks ago. Just spending the week with them, sort of doing content stuff during the day between them practicing, going out in the evenings and stuff. Yeah, it's absolutely super cool. Probably one of the most fun parts of working in the industry. Big commitment here for alternate aTTaX. They've bought back into this, but don't have the money to fall back on. There are a couple of contingencies in the buy as well. Two Galils in play. Not a lot of utility. Creeping their way forward onto the A side once again. There's been mixed successes here towards the Alpha Bomb site, and Zero Fix just trying to play around this smoke. High flash from his teammate. Does actually blind him more than it does anyone else. Does it fade? Sky is the first to pull the trigger. Lots of damage dealt. Takes a dink in the meantime. Does come out on top. Jambo has to trade it with the HG. Jump spot onto Long. There's three there, but he hasn't seen any of them. Baits him into a bit of a false sense of security. Nades Wayne over the top. Now they know that there is presence on Long, but Jambo, second time, not the charm. He gets taken out by the AWP. Hype's firing on all cylinders. And a slower approach to this A-bomb site is the magic recipe. The Achilles heel here of the Passion UA defense. Once they run it down to the 20-second mark, yeah, they start to question it. They do rotate a player down to B. They do perhaps overpeak a tad. It's awkward to see. It's brutal to watch. Kill it. Good catch well on the exit. No. Oh, man. He deals a dink. He takes a dink. And they both go down with the bomb. So, I mean, neither get the kill money. But, yeah, both lose their weapons. That's awkward. So util deployed either way. Passion U8. Not with a lot left, with a minute 30 left on this clock. Hyped gets the timing. Jacasmo falls. A good start again here. For aTTaX. Arrow so close to his monitor he can smell it. And that's how he hits the crispy headshots. Doesn't actually fire off the first. He takes the dink before sending one back the other way, but it doesn't matter. The AK packs a nastier punch. It's lethal. A two-man advantage. Alternate attacks on the cusp of 11. And actually breaks the passion economy once again here. They can pull this in their favour. Back and forth. Hurts the money. Fear. Jambo Eschilla in tandem. Pull them together. The issue is Eschilla so low on health. The HG won't quite reach him. So the low HP won't matter. But now he's been spotted. And he's heard dropping down as well. Has to creep his way back up. And Freeze is just going to hit him with a wall bank. Questionable from Eschilla. And alternate attacks will pull another their way. It gets messy. I thought it might go in the Ukrainians' favour, but the German squad hold on. They hold on nicely. I'm debating whether or not I like the jerseys, right? I like the jerseys, but it's very strange to me that the whole alternate attacks logo is white. It kind of looks like it was a badge that was ironed on and they've ripped it off, sort of thing. You know what I mean? The colour scheme's like grey and white and red. And I know that it's a black jersey, so you can't have it black, but it's got to have a bit of red on it, I think. Yeah, it's too complicated to be all white, exactly. If you have a simple logo, absolutely, you can break it down into block colours, but yeah, it's too much going on there to just make it white. Unless you just have the outline of the shield and you make it hollow. You can't have it all white, it doesn't work. I'll redesign it for them. On top of me being a caster, I also do that. I also do the design stuff. Yeah, can you believe it? Copenhagen Wolves graphics, merchandise, all of that jazz. Not all of it, some of it, but I'll say, Mr. Alternate Attacks, I'm going to fix your logo. $11 to 9. Right on the cusp. A victory here. Alternate Attacks. You know, a playoffs game. Upper bracket. You asking me if I'm Danish? No, I am not Danish. I'm British. Born and bred, East London. I don't sound Danish, do I? The designer of the jersey just got fired. Oh, permit it. You wait until you see the new ones, bro. The old ones were horrible. That's why I had to step in and say, look, hear me out. We cooked with them. Unless you're talking about the Alternate Attacks jersey designers, in which case, yeah, you're probably right there as well. I do sound Danish? Oh, God, I've been around the boys too much. Sky working his way forward. Mac 10. Obviously up against the eco, an opportunity for him to farm, but sending him in first actually allows him to find the information too. Yeah, guys, we're walking into a stacked site. Maybe we want to reel this in because they're biting off a little more than we can chew. Your jersey will be polished in a few weeks. Oh, okay, I'm excited. Fear just below the dumpster. Poking out. Oh, can't do anything more. Now, 2 kills, to be honest, not too bad in that scenario. The problem is Alternate Attack's got more than enough cash to just reinvest. It's not really an issue. $12 on the board. 3 in a row required here for Passion UA. Hello, Lewis. But yeah, I mean, this is rough. This is rough for Passion UA. This is rough if you're a Passion UA fan as well. You know, they came into the first map really, really solid. They flew ahead. They took it convincingly. Ancient seems like an age ago. They went into Anubis that second. They went 6-3 up. They were looking great. Then it went 12-6. And that's where it all went wrong. There are no fans here, just batters. Okay. So you're not upset and disappointed for your team. You're just pissed off, right? I feel you. We've seen enough comebacks like this, though. My concern here for Passion, they don't have a lot of util. The minute left on this clock, it is just flashbangs, a smoke, and an incendiary on Eschilla. And they've lost the early advantage. Fear takes a couple of ticks from the molly. Jambo holds down the fort, but oh, the transfers are brilliant. Sky, Arrow, Heights, all peeking in at the same time. The crunch is perfect, and Eschilla left to try and pick up the pieces. A 1 versus 4. He will have the element of surprise from long, so the first goes his way, but I don't think we'll see anything else. Height is going to swing and actually take him out with a headshot from the sniper. So, yeah, just really, really commanding stuff from Alternate Attacks. And look at him. Sky is having, like, an existential crisis. What the hell was that? He was just sat, like, looking. Be happy, guys. That was a big win. That was a huge comeback. It was a game that they weren't necessarily the favorites in either, you know? Like, so fair play to them. They've wiped out Passion UA, who've been on a great form recently. They're through to the semi-finals, and yeah, come on, get the energy up, guys. They didn't look too happy with that win. But either way, fantastic stuff. That's going to wrap things up for today. Yeah, it does. I don't think there's another game after this. At least I'm not doing it. Like, you can stick around if you want, but I don't think there's going to be another one after this. We'll be back tomorrow with more EPL action. Again, it's not going to be me. It'll be one of my colleagues. But there's a little look at the bracket. Passion UA dropping down to play Permitter. That's going to be a repeat matchup. Not here in this tournament, but they did play against each other yesterday. And yeah, unfortunately, didn't go Permitter's way. They won the first map. They lost the second and third. Very similar to what we just saw here. But Alternate Attacks moving on to play Sampi. Eklot against Mouse NXT. They'll be upper bracket semi-finals. And then the second lower bracket, round 1, it's going to be Sinners versus Ents Academy. So still lots of talent, lots of great teams left in the tournament, and a lot still to be done for all of them. Anybody saying anything else? Not really. Okay, you guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and watching. Those that have been chatting and, yeah, being nice to me, right? You guys are absolutely fantastic. That's going to wrap things up, though. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.